Did it die? Yeah. Did it die? Did it die? I'm a stone cold killer. I'm a billionaire.
What is up, guys? This is Luke Knight, and I'm going to be breaking down the Madden Ultimate Team Gridiron notes that they just posted today. So they definitely changed a few things. So first up, the first thing that they showed was the Field Pass. Now, they did mention this on the streams and whatnot, and the Field Pass is basically like a season pass. If you've played Fortnite before, it's like a battle pass, but it is free. So all new here, so I'm going to read this here. All new to Ultimate Team for Madden NFL 23 is the Field Pass. With the Field Pass providing a clear path to progression, you'll always know what you need to do next. You'll be able to see all the levels, rewards, and plenty of objectives to complete to make progress on every Field Pass. 3, 2, 1. In Season 1, there will be multiple Field Passes available. Players can earn all of these rewards just by playing the game with no additional cost to access the Field Pass. All that's saying is that the Field Pass itself is free, and you will not have to pay anything to unlock it. I know in Fortnite and Fall Guys as well, there's a free Battle Pass, Season Pass, whatever, but then if you pay, you get better rewards. But here in Madden, it looks like all the rewards are going to be free right off the bat. All you do is level up. I think this is just replacing the objectives list is what it looks like to me, to simplify it and to make it more easy to follow, because the objectives lists were a little bit confusing. There are 3 primary types of Field Passes: Season, Competitive, and Ultimate Team Program-specific passes. Starting with Seasonal, this Field Pass has 60 levels of rewards ranging from coins, packs, uniforms, and even high overall player item. Now, looking at it, I thought they said there's going to be multiple high overall player items for the Season Passes, but I think that the high overall player item that they're talking about is for competitive, because I know every 2 weeks you're going to be able to get a new one. Well, let's continue. You'll begin progressing levels by completing specific objectives that are outlined within the pass. While there won't be infinitely repeatable objectives, we will be adding more objectives periodically so you can continue to make progress. We want to make sure that progression and ability to hit the rewards you want feels achievable. You can expect Season 1 to run for 60 days and, of course, packed with content. Now, we're going to actually see what packed with content means, but everything they've revealed so far and shown us is absolutely a dub. It's absolutely a W. I've seen 0 L's so far for everything they revealed for Ultimate Team. They got a couple screenshots here. This looks like just the main hub where the challenges, the solo battles, and all that are. And on the far right, you see view all Field Passes, I believe. And again, it definitely looks like it's replacing the objectives list. You'll just click on that. It'll show you the 2, 3, 4, whatever Field Passes that are available and all the things that you can do in them. And here it is. There's the Season 1 Field Pass, the Competitive Field Pass, and the Headliners Field Pass. They did tell us there would be a Headliners Field Pass and all the rewards you would get with it when they did the Headliners reveal last week. Now here's the Season 1 Field Pass. It looks like at level 1, you get, I don't know if that's some sort of John Madden banner, fantasy pack. I'm not entirely sure what that is. I don't know if that's for the All Madden players or how that works. But then at level 2, as you can see, you get John Madden coach item. Everybody's going to have him on their team. He was the coach, the legend. He's on the cover of the game. John Madden at level 2, and at level 3 you can see you get some sort of, it looks like coins, but it doesn't show how many coins. And here is the Season 1 Field Pass. Score 25 touchdowns in any mode to gain 500 XP. Score 50 touchdowns in any mode to gain 1,000. Oh, sorry, that's 1,500. Score 100 touchdowns in any mode to gain 3,000. Sorry, I can barely see it. It's a little blurry on their website. But that's it. Yeah, that's the Day 1 Field Pass. And as you look, you can see that there's more to go down. It doesn't show us all of the Field Pass, but they did show us a little bit here. Next up is the Competitive Pass, which will also be available at launch. This pass includes objectives specific for our more competitive modes, playing solo battles, head-to-head seasons, squads, seasons, or Mutt Champions will earn you progress on the Competitive Pass. The rewards have the coins and packs that you would expect, but in addition to that, we will also have a high overall player item that you'll be excited to strive for. Now, I did say that earlier, that every 2 weeks they're going to update whatever this high overall player is, and you'll be able to get a new one every 2 weeks. So that's really exciting. It's going to keep people invested for a while, actually. This is going to boost the longevity of Madden 23's Ultimate Team, for sure, without a doubt. While solo battles and Mutt Champions will continue to reset weekly, the competitive pass will be refreshed on a bi-weekly cadence. There's that bi-weekly we were talking about, giving you more time to work your way through the rewards track. Now here they show the competitive pass. Again, they don't go over a whole lot at level 2. I also noticed that the XP system is a little bit different. You can see that you're level 1 for the competitive field pass, and at 2 XP you go to level 2. At 6 XP you go to level 3, and 20 to level 4. It is a different level as opposed to your Madden level. That's where I think your season field pass is going to be your Madden level for the season. So at level 2 you get some coins. At level 4 you get some coins. Again, it doesn't show what they are. At level 3 you get a Mutt Champions token. Now we will talk about the Mutt Champions token a little bit later on. And lastly, as you can see here, there's Mutt Champions. And lastly, we'll have a program-specific field pass available throughout the year. Program-specific field passes available throughout the year. One of our launch programs called Headliners will introduce the first program-specific field pass. Now again, they went over what all you get. Not what all you get and how many you get and stuff like that, but they did say you can earn, I think, 3 of the 86s in the Headliners field pass. Again, it's basically just the objectives list. They just changed it and polished it and made it a little bit more easier to navigate. So these program-specific field passes will have their own rewards and objectives related to the program. One more thing to note is that the competitive pass and program-specific passes will help you make progress on the season field pass. Again, I'm assuming you're going to earn XP and stuff as you level up more in the Headliners field pass or competitive field pass and stuff like that. And that's going to help you in the season field pass, which makes sense. Mutt Champions is next. We focused on major quality of life improvements with Weekend League. So much so that we had to change the name. Introducing Mutt Champions, the most competitive mode in Ultimate Team where you can earn the best rewards and compete at your convenience. Now in the past, Weekend League was under Mutt Champions. If you would click into Ultimate Team, like if I go into Madden 22, I could click on Mutt Champions. That would be where Weekend League was. Now it's actually called Mutt Champions. It's no longer Weekend League. It's now Mutt Champions. And they say at your convenience. In the past, in every past year that I've played where there was Weekend League, you had only the weekend. It was called Weekend League for a reason. You had 3 days. It would start on Friday, would end on Sunday. Or would start on Friday, would end on Monday morning, like early Monday morning. You had to play 25 games in 3 days, essentially. But now it looks like, at your convenience, they're extending it. We heard feedback on the time constraints that surrounded the Weekend League and wanted to remove that aspect completely. Now, Mutt Champions will be available to play any day of the week. Any day of the week, that's important right here. Any day of the week, with a weekly reset each Monday. You'll still be able to play up to 25 games a week. So that means now, Weekend League, I'm going to start calling it Mutt Champions. Mutt Champions will be able to be played from Monday to Sunday. Monday to Monday, pretty much. But you'll have 25 games. You no longer strapped to Friday to Sunday. You can now play Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You get 25 games for Weekend League Mutt Champions. We also added a new way to earn entry into Mutt Champions by implementing Champs Entry tokens. By making progress on the competitive pass, you'll be able to earn Champs Entry tokens and exchange one to access Mutt Champions for that week. Since Champ Entry tokens are items in your binder and never expire, you can save them to use in the current field pass season of Mutt Champions. What that's telling me, and they show an example here, there's a Champs Entry token, and I believe up here there was another one. Yep, Mutt Champions token. It's the same thing, Champs Entry token. What that's telling me is each season they're going to have like Season 2 Champs Entry token, Season 3 Champs Entry token, and whatnot. If I get a Champs Entry token in the first week, I'll be able to play Weekend League right away. If I earn like 3 or 4 of them, I can obviously only use one for Mutt Champions for that week. But then the remaining ones that I have in my binder, I can use for following weeks without having to earn extra ones. which is huge. It's huge. I can qualify for Mutt Champions multiple times in the same week and use those qualifying tokens for future weeks. Lastly, we wanted players to have their rewards instantly based on their performance in Mutt Champions rather than wait until the following Tuesday. You will receive your Mutt Champions rewards immediately after your game is complete. What this is telling me is that top 100 for Mutt Champions Weekend League is gone. There is no top 100. Maybe there is, but they do not mention it, which tells me that there is no longer a top 100 for it, which is kind of disappointing, but I mean, you'll get your rewards right away instead of having to wait till Tuesday and the rewards getting delayed and blah, blah, blah. But still, I think if I had to guess, there will still be a top 100 for the month, and you'll get monthly top 100 rewards. Again, not entirely sure how that's going to work, but that's what this is telling me, is that there's no top 100 for Mutt Champions this year. Sets 2.0. They have changed sets slightly. It's still the same concept. You gather cards, you put them into a set to build a better player or item or whatever. Sets have also contained some of the best content within Ultimate Team, but required a lot of navigation to complete. This year, we revisited how sets function to not only reduce unnecessary friction, but also reduce the amount of button presses needed to complete a set in Madden 23 from upwards of 80 all the way down to 3. That meaning the button presses. Some sets would take you 80 button presses, which doesn't make any sense. Down to now 3 button presses. Sets will now be accessible from inside your item binder. From your item binder, you can toggle over and immediately access sets and clearly see the set reward. With sets being a part of the item binder, you will get the benefits of the item binder, like being able to filter sets by position or program. As you see here, they do have a little picture that shows the sets tab in the item binder. If any of you played the beta at all, this was also in the beta. But if you look here, over top of the 76 to 77 overall gold player, there's a little X for redeem. And underneath that, it says complete 3 out of 3. If you have 3 qualifying players in your binder for that set, as soon as you hit X to redeem, it'll take those players, it'll add them to the set, you don't have to do anything. Now, I don't know how that works, if it's just going to choose 3 players. Like, let's say it's, I'm not entirely sure, let's say it's 3 70 to 74 players. That gives you a 76 to 77 player. I don't know. Let's just say it's that, okay? Let's say I have 20 of those in my binder. Now, is it going to take my 20 most recent, my 20 highest, my 20 lowest? I'm not entirely sure. It does look like you can press A to view sets, and so on and so forth. Beyond simply moving where sets are located, we also revamped how you complete a set. For all sets, we will automatically check your inventory for the lowest cost unused and non-favorited items. So there you can see that's the lowest cost, meaning the lowest overall, not the highest overall or the most recent or anything like that. Need to complete that set. All you have to do is highlight the reward you want and press the redeem button. You will also see what items will be pulled into that set and whether or not those items can be used in other sets. Okay, so that's cool. I was worried that if you just press X to redeem, it would just put some players in and then you would lose the cards. But you can actually see what is going into the set before obviously being added to the set, which is pretty cool. I mean, it's basically the same thing. It's just a lot more compacted and cleaned up, and there's not an extra tab for it. It's right there in your item binder. You just tab over from your items to the sets. And if you also look, it looks like Auction House is also in there, all bunched together. You can sell cards, buy cards, and complete sets all from the same tab. If you want full control over what items you want to exchange, that option is still available. So there you can do sets yourself. You don't actually have to hit redeem. You can click on view sets. It'll bring up sets. You'll be able to click on what you want to add into the set and whatnot. Another change coming with sets is account bound item returns. Now, we saw BND on a couple cards from the early streams and the 87 overall all Madden players and stuff like that. That is the new NCAT. The BND stands for bound, as in bound to your account. You cannot sell it, you cannot trade it. It is bound to you and only you. In previous years, the only way you could get items back from completing a set was through a fantasy pack. So for example, I remember Reggie Bush's Campus Hero Master. It took, I think, 3 of the 89s to make him. It might have been 4. But if I put in 4 of them, I would get a fantasy pack back, then I could pick any 4. I didn't have to pick the same 4 that I put in there. Now it looks like, with certain sets right here, now some sets, starting with the champion sets in one of our launch programs, meaning headliners, will automatically return the items that you use to complete them as account bound items. I don't remember if it is 3 or 2 or even 4 of the 86s to make 89 Joe Mixon or L'Jarius Sneed. But it looks like whichever ones you put into that set, you will get back as BND items. Account bound items will be denoted with a BND tag on the item and come with a reduced quick sell value. Be sure to check the description of the set that you're completing to see if your items will return to you. It's not every set will return your items, but it will note which ones do before you complete the sets. Competitive play. For solo battles, we wanted to offer more opportunities to earn rewards, and to do so, we are now refreshing your opponents daily. I am a guy who plays solo battles every week, and I'm also a guy who waits to play my solo battles until they're about to expire. So every day, I'm now wondering if my solo battles will come out Monday. It looks like you can play 28 games per week. Now you'll have 4 fresh solo battle games to play each day, or up to 28 games per week to earn rewards. Let's see, there's 7 days in a week, 4 games a day, 28 games. I'm wondering, because before you would get your games on Monday, you get 5 of them. You get the featured opponent, which I don't think exists anymore, which is fine. And then you'd get 4 other opponents. You had to at least interact with solo battles on Monday for your Monday opponents not to expire on Wednesday. As long as you opened it, they stayed on there. You had to play those first 4 Monday games and refresh your opponents to the Wednesday opponents by Friday morning, or you would lose those Monday games and you would not be able to get the highest tier. I'm wondering now if it's the same way, because you're going to get opponents on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, obviously. I'm wondering if I have to play my Monday games on Monday, or if I have until Wednesday to play them. So that's something that we still don't know, but it looks like we're going to get better rewards and more rewards because they're giving us a lot more games to play. The other key change to solo battles this year is how you'll earn your rewards. While you're still able to see your battle score and tier you've achieved, making progress through the competitive pass will be your main way to earn rewards for solo battles. Well, then I'm wondering now if we're still going to get solo battle rewards the same way we did before. I'm not thinking we are. I'm thinking solo battles is just a way to progress the competitive path. God, Alden's going to be so pissed about that. I already know he will. I'm not entirely sure, though. As you see, we'll have specific objectives on the competitive pass where you can earn rewards based on your number of wins and the difficulty level you play on. Oh, okay, so never mind. So they will give you solo battle rewards. They're just slightly changed. Now it's tied into the competitive pass specifically for solo battle. As for head-to-head seasons, we have adjusted the number of games for each division and the number of divisions down a bit. We want players to compete in Super Bowls more frequently for the chance to earn better rewards. With 8 games total in a season and 6 total divisions, you'll be able to get into the intense action of the playoffs much more frequently, which is exciting. In Madden 22, I made the Super Bowl once. I lost. It was 17-14, and instead of kicking the 3 on 4th and goal from the 1, I went for the win, and I got stuffed. I want to say I threw an incompletion. Not entirely sure, but I lost my only Super Bowl. In Madden 23, I am winning a Super Bowl. I'm winning multiple Super Bowls. We're on the Super Bowl every season. That's the goal. For Mutt Draft, we've removed ranked in an effort to create healthier matchmaking pools. Last year, they didn't even update Mutt Draft whatsoever. They put it in a game, they didn't touch it at all. It had the beginning cards at the beginning of the year to the end of the year. I can go into Madden 22 right now, play Mutt Draft, it'll have the beginning cards. Additionally, salary cap has been removed from Ultimate Team. That's new. I don't think many people use salary cap. The past 2 seasons, they stopped using salary cap as the form of competitive for the MCS series. We have opted to take the efforts needed to maintain these modes and redirect them towards features that benefit Ultimate Team as a whole. Player items. One of the first things you'll notice when you enter Ultimate Team is your player's starting overalls. Okay. We raise the overalls of your starter teams to make those players more viable at the start of the year and create a better gameplay experience from the moment you start playing. If I had to guess, because in the past they gave us 59 and 58 overall starter players as bronze players. I don't know if they're giving us low golds now or if they're going to give us silver players. I would imagine they would have to be golds to be viable. But that's wild. That is actually a W, because less people are going to spend their money on packs, which is exciting. That's cool. We've also added some basic versions of standout players from each NFL team to the starting lineups. That's cool too. You'll receive these players based on the item you select as your favorite team when you start playing Madden 23. So I don't know how that's going to work, because obviously I'm a big Eagles fan, so I'm going to pick the Eagles as my favorite team. That makes the most sense. Are they going to give me a Jalen Hurts? Are they going to give me A.J. Brown? Like, how is that going to work? Basic versions of standout players. So that tells me I'm going to have like an A.J. Brown that's like a 75 overall. Fletcher Cox is like a 71. Like stuff like that. I could be wrong, but that, if I had to guess, that's what I'm taking that to mean. We also took a look at our power-up system to reassess the overall design intention of power-ups. Power-ups evolved to the point of needing several items of a player and required additional resources to build up to the best version of that player. All of that led to the best lineups featuring a power-up player in nearly every position. In Madden 23, we are dialing the use of power-ups back so that when you obtain the latest and best version of a player, that's it. You have the best version of that player. Essentially, this means to me, or at least this is how I'm taking it, is that power-ups are essentially dead. Not fully. There's still going to be some players with power-ups, but it looks like they're phasing them out, and this is the start of power-ups going away for good. Now, whether they return in a future Madden or something like that's also a possibility, but it looks like power-ups are all but guaranteed to be going away, which is fine. Lower OVR Elite players will receive ability buckets filled with abilities that pertain to that player's archetype. Higher overall Elite players will receive custom ability buckets that are custom built for that specific player. You can expect custom ability buckets to contain unique features like discounted AP on certain abilities or even cross-archetype abilities. I'm not entirely sure how this is going to work. I would imagine a guy like Mari Cooper, who's a very polished route runner, would have like medium out cuts outside the numbers in the middle of the field. His routes are going to be better. I would imagine an ability like that would be discounted for him. Maybe not him specifically, but that's what I'm taking this to mean, that players that are good at one thing specifically, their abilities that make that better for them will be discounted a little bit, which is exciting. I also don't know for sure that that's what that means. In addition to the ability bucket changes, most elite players will have a team chemistry bucket for you to choose one chemistry from the teams that player has played for. I used the example before when revealing the quarterbacks that a guy like Odell Beckham, who played for the Rams, Browns, Giants, his card may have that team chemistry bucket to change from his whatever team he signs with, if he signs with anybody, to change to his Giants, to have Giants chem. You will also have the ability to swap out player art when applicable. Just cool. I still think they need to put in the ability to change numbers. I'll use Odell Beckham as an example as well, because he wore number 3 in LA, but he wore 13 for the Browns and Giants. A guy like Julio Jones, I'm pretty sure, is wearing 85 this year, and I don't really necessarily want to have Julio Jones wearing number 85 on my team. Good example for me, last year, Randall Cunningham got a number 7 card. I don't want Randall Cunningham wearing number 7. I want Randall Cunningham wearing number 12. I should be able to either change the number that a player wears, or when I set the chemistry for that player, they wear the number that they wore on that team. I just think that'd be cool. Not really a major thing. Just think it would be awesome. All this being said, you will not be seeing the traditional purple power-up items in Ultimate Team. However, some programs may feature a similar design to collect all versions of a particular player. For example, in our Legends program, you can collect the low overall version of a given legend, then collect their moment, season, and boss editions to make the ultimate version of that player. So it's no longer that you're going to just have the full legend. Let's say Jerry Rice's Day 1 legend. It's no longer that you're going to get Jerry Rice's power up, use training, and then put his highest card in and get him 1 overall higher. You're now going to need their lowest overall version. You're going to need the moment. You're going to need the season and the boss editions of their card, which makes all those cards much more valuable, which is even more exciting. Truly, I mean, Legends should be better than the other players in the game because that's what they are, as Legends. So that's a little bit exciting, and that's actually going to make them feel a little bit different, a little bit better. These changes are a part of our overall goal of streamlining your experience by taking out some of the unnecessary maintenance that gets in the way of building your Ultimate Team. Next is strategy items. We have heard your feedback on strategy items and look to address some pain points for players. First and foremost, you'll notice it's much easier to view which attributes are being boosted and by how much. So if you look here, the one that they show is in the zone. Boost +1 to zone coverage for CBs. Cool, fine. We also revamped and simplified the strategy item system by reducing the total number of strategy item slots to 3. Offense, defense, and the new team affinity strategy item slot where you can receive additional team chemistry boosts, which is cool. That's awesome. We've also removed the speed boost from any core strategy item. That is a huge W. Truly, I think speed gets too ridiculously high too early on, and then every player feels basically the same. We have also added a few additional ways to obtain strategy items, including earning them on the field pass, strategy item pack offers in the store, and in Madden 23, they will be auctionable, so you can easily obtain the one you need. We look forward to bringing exciting content all season. This is a huge W. I'm very, very, very excited for Madden. We are 1 week away, and I'm just chomping at the bit to get my hands on it so I can kick Jason's ass in Mutt Bowl, so I can kick Jason's ass every single month because he's trash and I'm better than him. In all seriousness though, guys, Jason and I, we jaw back and forth on who's better and we're going to beat the other person. It's all fun and games. It's all love. Obviously, we want to beat the ass of the other person every single time we play them, but we usually end up having close competitive games, and that's what you hope for, honestly. My next video probably won't be until day 1 of Madden, to be truly honest with you. So enjoy this video, give it a like, please subscribe, make sure you hit that bell icon to get notified to when I post videos, comment anything you want to see down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.